Self-love is our superpower because we really need to have a healthy mind, body, and soul is crucial for true self-happiness. You have to have that happiness within yourself so you can give back and help others.
Yeah. Welcome to The Narratives of Suicide, the podcast where we bring hope, community, and a voice to those who've lost to suicide. It's where we dispel the myths of suicide. We dispel historical discourses and constructs that have been steeped in history for a very long time, and we're here with hope, love, and support for everyone out there who needs to listen to this podcast. I'm so sorry you're here, but I do hope it can give you something to use in your healing process, to be able to pick up the pieces of suicide and put them back together again in the best possible way that you can. Hi everybody, welcome to the podcast today. We're here with Amy from California. Amy lost her mum to suicide 16 years ago. So Amy at the time was 21 and now 37 years old. Hope you don't mind me saying that.
Yes, that's fine.
But 37 now. So Amy, you and I connected through a talk, a Healing Through Suicide Loss talk that Cara Brookings is doing through Instagram. So I found you there talking to her about your loss and what you're doing now, because you're doing a lot to help other people. So really nice to hear how you've come to the place you've come to from being a 21-year-old and finding that out. How are you still sitting here now doing all you're doing? It'd be lovely to hear sort of just the progress of that and where that started.
Yeah, I truly believe no matter what challenging life situations we've been through or what losses we've endured, we are absolutely capable of rising above them to create fulfillment in our life again with holistic solutions. There's so many things that come up in life, and life is hard, but it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel how it feels. The doctors are so fast to put you on a prescription that you need to be on medication. And it's like, no, it's okay to be sad and feel it and release it and go through it, because the grieving process is hard and you're always in different stages at different times. And it's okay to find that balance and that awareness of when it's happening and what you need in the moment is a lifelong journey. But I have learned so much in these last few years, and it's been incredible.
Yeah, so you've been on that journey yourself. You've seen the different waves, I guess, in all this time, growing into a woman. Or you were already a woman, 21 years old, but you're growing into
21 is still so young. I didn't really feel grown up yet. You don't even feel like an adult. Yeah, it was a challenge. That day that we found out, we always kept thinking there's something wrong. She's had an accident. She's in the hospital. Something's wrong. It was really real when my dad filed a missing person report, because we started asking around, because she told everyone a different story of where she was going that day. And then we just started calling them and no, she's not here. She's not here. And we're like, oh my gosh, where is she? So I still was okay, she's in the hospital. Something happened. We just need to find her. Then we got the call that they found her car in the parking lot of the hotel. So at least she didn't want us to find her. And that's one thing that easier. I think it would be more devastating to people that actually find their loved ones. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. But then backtracking of the story of how it all came about 2 weeks before that, my parents had went on a cruise to celebrate their wedding anniversary, 25 years. They were married 25 years. And she went off of her antidepressants while they were gone. And she always hid it so well. No one knew she was having problems. So when she got back, it was back to life, back to reality. She didn't know this too shall pass and hope for the future, and went back on them. And the roller coaster and the side effects, the chemical imbalance in her brain caused her to take her own life. And it's still a shock. 16 years later, time helps, but it never goes away.
Yeah.
So that's why it's my mission, a message to tell people that they're not alone.
Okay, because you've learned from your mum's use of antidepressants and then coming off of them, of the chaos it caused in her mental health to cause, or maybe cause is the wrong word, I don't know whether cause is the right word, but that you feel it was implicated in her taking her life. So then your mission now is to educate people that there are holistic ways. You don't always need antidepressants. There are other ways to heal yourself.
Exactly.
Okay. So you use that yourself? Have you used that yourself in your grieving? The whole holistic approach? What have you used?
Yes, of course. It was about 10 years later when we lost my grandma, my mom's mom. And that was the big catalyst for me wanting the holistic solutions, to be really serious about it. Because I felt myself spiraling out of control. Like, what do I do without this motherly figure now? And that's when I got into essential oils. And that was my first, like, okay, this is plants grown from the earth. This is amazing. We can have peace and calming, and a joy oil is a blend that I tap in my heart, and the gratitude and grounding. There's so many amazing things that I was able to cure myself. And even peppermint cured my sinuses. And it was just like, okay, this is a good start. Even though I didn't really know where I was going on this journey, but I was like, okay, this is what I need next. And then I was able to get all the toxins and chemicals from lotions and body wash and deodorant, because I started making my own. So I still make my own deodorant and body wash and all of these things that we had chemicals on our bodies and not even realizing that it's getting into our brain and the amygdala and just messing us all up. So that's where I really was like, okay, now I want chemical-free products in my house. So that's when I switched over, and I called it transfer buying. So once I ran out of my old household cleaner, I got the Thieves cleaner. And that, do you know about Thieves?
No, thieves. Did you say thieves?
Thieves, yes. So the robbers, it goes back to the 15th century. The robbers would put this concoction of clove, cinnamon, lemon, rosemary, and eucalyptus on them. They would rob the people dying with the plague, and they wouldn't get sick. So now, there's an essential oil blend of those 5, and Young Living created a cleaner, and now I use a laundry soap and toothpaste and hand soap, like this whole line. So you're actually have no toxins and chemicals in your home, and you have that immunity boosting. So it's just been incredible, all the things that I've learned.
Have you seen the difference then? Have you seen the difference in your mental health and your physical well-being?
Yes, I believe so, because I go into someone else's house and I smell the toxins and chemicals that they're spraying on their counter, or even the soap in their bathroom, just that fake synthetic smell. It gives me like a little tinge of a headache now, because I'm like, ooh, this is what I don't want in my body. So I try to tell people and educate them as much as I can.
So it's actually quite simple as well. There's only 6 ingredients maybe, and they're all aromatherapy. They're all just natural things from natural plants, aren't they, that go into blend. When you put that in everything, you use that same blend to clean the kitchen sink as you would to use the shower? Or
yeah, they created the cleaner, and there's different like ratios on it, and there's like 100 to 1 you do the mirrors, and like 5 to 1 is the toilet. Like everything you can use. Yeah, so I only use the Thieves cleaner for my whole house.
It's called Thieves Cleaner, and you could just get it online, I guess, if anybody's interested.
Yeah, I have a link too, if you would like that.
Okay, I'll put it in the description. Great.
It's amazing. Yeah, you get it.
And I guess you use different things on your body, so you make your own shampoo and things out of different ingredients.
Yeah, I didn't get into the shampoo. There were so many different ingredients that I would have to buy. It's better just to buy a holistic, organic shampoo. But the body wash and deodorant and coffee sugar scrubs and things like that is what I make now. And hand sanitizer.
That's a good one. Good one post-COVID. Yeah, hand sanitizer.
Oh yeah, I've been making them for years. So I give it as gifts all the time, and I put out different booths at different events and sell them. And stuff.
Okay.
It's fun. Get them out there.
So you were 31 when you found that?
Yeah.
31 when you kind of thought, okay, so you obviously got to a point where enough was enough, you needed to do something. And that was when your grandmother died, who I guess, did she take over a little, the motherly figure for you then?
Definitely. Yes. That was, you ran to Nana. Like if there was anything going on, she was the person that I would go to. And that was a big loss. That was really hard to move forward after losing her. So I knew that I needed to do something to better myself, and with not wanting the medication that the doctor was like.
Yeah, so you went and found a different way, and it's working for you.
And then COVID and winter kind of changed my whole perspective, like, what is going on here? And I quit my job after 18 years in the field of working with disabled adults. So that was a big change also. I loved I call my special peeps. They are amazing people and always had that beautiful bond and connection. But over Zoom, it wasn't the same. And I was just kind of like, what do I do? What do I do with my life? I didn't see it like I couldn't see the next step in my career there. Even though I stayed for them, I knew that if I was going to leave this position, that I needed to go now and figure out my next step in my journey. And that's when I quit July 2020 and started a course to be a life coach. So that's where I transitioned into that. And then COVID winter, I was like, okay, I feel a little weird now. I want to make sure that I prep and prime my body so I'm never in the state of mind that my mother was in. So that's when I found Amari, and they were all about the gut health and making sure your gut microbiome is strong and healthy, because your gut affects your brain and your mental fog. So that's when I was like, oh my gosh, okay, maybe this is what I need. This is all plant-based solutions grown from the earth, and they take the whole plant from the root to the stem to the leaf and put it into these amazing products. So that's when I was like, okay, I've always had like stomach issues off and on and cut out dairy, like all that stuff. And this was like, okay, I feel a lot better. I got on a product called Mood Plus, and that's actually for stress, anxiety, tension, and depression. And people that are on antidepressants start taking Mood Plus and they're able to wean down their dose. And my goal is eventually to get all the way off of the antidepressants and be on the holistic solutions, Mood Plus, and then the gut health, clearing up your microbiome with the probiotic, prebiotic, phytobiotics. Our gut needs all of those and specific strands for stress, anxiety, and depression. Healing that in your gut heals your brain.
Yeah, such a link between gut and brain, isn't there? Huge link.
Yeah, sorry. Now they're talking about our third brain and our heart. If your heart's not in the right place and loving and peace and calm and joy in your heart, then that could throw off your whole system also.
Wow. And that links to what you do now, isn't it?
Yes. So I became a wellness partner with Amari because I realized how much it was helping me and benefiting my body and my whole life. But I was like, oh my gosh, I could help others feel this way too. That's what led me here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you can offer if people connect with you, just how to access those kind of things, the natural treatments, the natural way to heal yourself, deal with your emotional health, I guess,
yes.
Be the best you can be emotionally, physically.
Yes. Yeah, I say self-love is our superpower, because we really need to have a healthy mind, body, and soul is crucial for true self-happiness. You have to have that happiness within yourself so you can give back and help others.
Yeah.
Yes. I did a webinar. I've done a few, but I'll put the link in with you. But it's all about healing our three brains. And your audience could watch that just to learn more about all the connections of it all and how many different systems it affects our immune system, our nervous system. Like, it's incredible how it's all connected.
Yeah. So a lot of this has come from seeing your mum. I guess you saw her, you were a late teen, I guess, when you saw her becoming emotionally unwell, I guess, if you knew she was on antidepressants, or was it in retrospect?
No, you know what? It's funny because we never talked about it. She was always funny. She was always laughing. So it never was brought up, and no one talked about antidepressants and being depressed. This was 2005. It wasn't a big thing. And it was all like hush hush and swept under the rug. Like, don't tell anybody that you're taking antidepressants or something. Like, I don't know. Nothing ever came up that I recall.
Right. It was like you felt like a normal family, normal in inverted commas, normal.
It did. Yeah. I had a great childhood growing up. If there was issues, they hid it so well, like that's the thing. Even when I asked my dad, like, I need a good story right now, I'm really sad about mom. And he says, they're all good except for the last one. And I'm like, I was just like, it's heartbreaking. Yeah.
Oh, what a shock. What a shock.
It was the shock of a lifetime.
Yeah. And you've got siblings?
Yes, I have a little sister.
Okay.
Younger sister.
So I guess you pulled together as a family. Did it happen like that? Because I know there could be a lot of family issues, that come from suicide loss. And this is a long time ago. We're talking about before mental health really started to be talked about, isn't it? It's back in the days when pushing it under the carpet was very common, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why it's good now to be open and vulnerable, and it's okay to talk about it. Just have that open communication. That's why I'm a discussion leader at Above the Stigma. So we do different talks and subjects and topics that it's good to keep people talking about it and not hold it in.
So your family...
We went to family counseling, but I don't remember anything working. Like we would just sit there like, okay, walk out. It didn't feel right. It didn't work. So I was already out of the house. Definitely my sister went through a lot more living at the house with my dad after that. So I feel like it was worse for her. So
yeah, it's a lot for everybody, isn't it? Especially back then, just talking about such a strange period. But now we have the Instagram, the Facebook, these kind of talks where you can now talk about it. And I'm guessing though at the time, did you know anybody else? Could you talk to anybody else? Did you want to talk to anybody else?
No, I don't think any of it. We didn't know anybody. We didn't talk about it. So it was just like, okay. I remember walking into my childhood home, my dad would have the comedy channel on all the time, just so we could have laughed. Yeah. And at 21, I was just like, okay, I had a boyfriend. We would just drink and party and it didn't matter. Like you just blur it out, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, this is not the life that I want. I can't live like this forever.
Okay. So kind of partied hard, as a lot of 21-year-olds do anyway.
Exactly.
Just carried on.
Yeah.
I guess the foundations were set to just carry on, weren't they? So you carried on those foundations of just getting on, carrying on.
Yes. Yeah, that's how it was. It was very strange. Yeah. That's why I want to be there for people to talk about it. It's okay, because I don't remember ever really talking about it. I think the shame and the judgments and the opinions of other people, that we were just like, if we saw somebody in the grocery store or something, we would just like hide and go the other way because we just didn't want to talk about it.
So it was, not talk to people that knew. So just stay in your, Did you talk to your family about it?
No, I don't recall talking, even like stories that would come up. I think it would just make them too sad. They wouldn't even talk about the good times. I know that my dad's side of the family, they looked at her as the shame that they put on the whole situation. So they never talked about it either. It was sad.
So complete silence.
I see that now, because I think they were just like distracting, like, okay, let's go to the movies. Let's do this, like always doing like fun things. I don't recall ever talking.
Yeah. So it wasn't really until your nan died that you then realised, I need to do something more. Did you really think that things weren't right? Or was it literally, I just need to do more? When you just know that there's more that can be done.
Yeah, I just knew that there was more that I needed to learn to do it naturally. So I want to live natural lifestyle. So how am I going to do this? Yeah.
And you're doing it. So you're doing the natural life as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, it's been an incredible journey. I've learned so many tips and tools, and just having that mind connection to have that meditation and the movement every day. It's so important to have that stillness and movement of your body, and to have good sleep, like to have everything balanced and growing is lifelong things that we always have to work on. But just to know that, okay, this is where I'm at and this is where I want to be. Crucial just to realize that. Yeah. Where I am,
where I want to be, how can I get from where I am, where I want to be naturally? That's what you kind of specialize in and understand, isn't it? How to do that as naturally as possible.
Yes.
Without maybe going to the we call them GP. You don't do the doctor's GP, where you go to the medical professionals, I guess, and they say have some antidepressants.
Yes.
Which is all they know. That's all they know. That there is research in antidepressants, I'm sure. And they can work for some people alongside therapy, but they need to be managed more alongside therapy. That's my kind of summation. They are necessary sometimes when they're working alongside therapy in order to come off when you can and not be on them any longer than you need to be. But then some people, yes, it depends on your presentation and what you're dealing with as to what can be helpful. But if there is a natural way and you're able to use natural methods, it's worth trying it, isn't it? For sure.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I always say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional, I have certifications, and this is recommendations, and this is what has helped me and so many others. Yeah. I start with the 3 major A's of the awareness, affirm, and activate. Just being aware of where you're at, affirm a plan, and activate it.
Okay. So know where you are, affirm where you want to be.
Affirm where you want to be.
Yeah. And then activate, do something.
Activate the plan to make that change to do it.
Yeah. I work a lot with that with people in therapy, just acceptance, awareness of where you are. It's like when you're meditating, isn't it? You're accepting, this is the thought I'm having, without pushing it away, without bringing it in, without giving it any more energy. You're just accepting that thought's there, You're saying, who do I want to be instead? Who do I want to be? I still know that thought's not going to disappear. It's still in my mind, but how can I be the person I want to be and then step forward as that person and commit to that action, commit to being the person you want to be? And even though that thought is saying, oh, but you can't do that, or you shouldn't do that, or all of those nattering away that goes on in your mind.
Yes, the self-limiting beliefs. And it's good to have that accountability partner to help you.
Yeah. So you've got a podcast as well, Live. Is it still a podcast, or Live, Laugh, Love? Is that the right one?
Yes. Live, Laugh, Love After Loss. I did it for a few months and it's up, but I'm not actively recording more right now.
Okay.
I'm focused on other things.
Okay. But if somebody wanted to listen to it, they could find it on...
There's Live, Laugh, Love After Loss is on every platform now.
Okay. So they could listen back to maybe more advice from you on how to do that, how to live as naturally as possible.
Yeah, it was more stories of other people also, how they got through it and different things. So yeah, I feel like this is good platforms getting my message out to other people on their, to their audience now too.
Yeah, great.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, I believe being mentally healthy is just as important as being physically healthy. And just get it all.
We're holistic human beings, aren't we? We are not just our mind. We're not just our body. We are a complete package.
Yes.
Mind, body, soul, heart, skin, nervous system.
Yeah.
Everything, aren't we? A complete package. And some things we can't even see in that package. They're not even conscious in our package.
Mm-hmm. And so much starts in our gut. Even the serotonin, or like the happy hormone, is 95% of it is gut. It's all like gut health. And it's just amazing how much the gut affects our whole body.
Yeah, and I heard not so long ago, which quite surprised me, was that you need serotonin to build melatonin, and the melatonin is what helps you sleep. So without the serotonin, with the good gut bacteria, you don't get the melatonin, and that's why you could be affected with your sleep. Then you might find difficulty sleeping. So if you sort out your gut bacteria, you may then develop more serotonin. A, be happier.
Yes.
The happy.
Yes, be better.
And B, sleep more. And then be happier because you're sleeping more.
Yes, see, it's all win-win when it's happening. Yeah, even Amari has a sleep product that helps you create your own melatonin. There's no melatonin in it. It has the herbs and plants and flowers and everything to all the science backed behind it, and to create your own melatonin. When I was like, oh wow, that's amazing.
I need that at the moment. I've got 2 puppies, and they're 10 weeks old, a 9, 10 weeks old, and I'm not sleeping because I have to get up halfway through the night. And when you don't sleep, when you're a busy person, geez, it makes such a big difference to your mood.
Yes, I know. I'm like, I love sleep. If I don't get my 8 hours, then like, don't talk to me. I'm not ready yet. Yeah.
And yeah, I've just got to keep saying, like you said at the very beginning, this time will pass. This time will pass.
Mm-hmm.
They will not be puppies forever. This time will pass.
Exactly. I've said that in different days. I'm like, okay, it's too short pass. It's too short pass. It's like, you have to have that gratitude and like, okay, I'm grateful for this moment, and I'm grateful for the next one even more.
Every moment will pass. Every moment will pass. Definitely.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to leave people with before we finish? Anything else you want to say that might help?
I encourage everyone to learn more. You can watch the 30-minute webinar that I did. We do a little meditation and a little stretching and get into healing our 3 brains, and just encourage you to look into it and see where you are and where you want to be, and know that we're all here to help each other and to live, laugh, and love every day.
On that note, thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Grateful and thankful for the moments.
Thanks so much for joining us here today. I hope it served you and given you something for your journey with suicide. Come back and subscribe, like, do whatever you need to do on your platform to help us to raise awareness of suicide, because the more we keep saying the word, the more we can gain support for us left behind, and the more we can raise awareness of the word and how society sees it, and reduce this stigma that's so attached to it. Please get in touch. You can find me on my website, suicidegriefsupport.com. I really want to hear from you. But for now, please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And remember, we are stronger together.